Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the reading for you, Scorpio, for the year 2016. It's a tarot reading. If you have the sun, the moon, or the rising sign in Scorpio, or even a stellium, which is at least three planets in the same sign, in the sign of Scorpio, then this is the reading for you. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation with me, please send an email to dunyaza@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. And you can see my email in my list of services below this little box. Click on it and see my list of services. I do tarot readings and astrological readings, and all of my readings are written down by me. It's no software usage of any kind. I like very much to write it down. And Scorpio 2016. The decks that I'm using, this is a 24 card reading. It will be 2 cards for every month. So the decks that I'm using, the first one is Barbieri Tarot. Barbieri Tarot, which is so cute. In the moment that I saw it, I thought Scorpio. I bought this the 2nd of December 2015 in a store that I really like in Portugal, in where I live. In Lisbon, it's called ESPIRAL, and it's located in Saldanha, in near Largo de Estefânia. I feel like a tourist. I don't know. If you like these sort of things and you're gonna spend some time in Lisbon, look for ESPIRAL in Lisbon, in near the subway, like the subway line. It's yellow line, and you leave and you exit in Saldanha. And it isn't just a store of this type of thing. It sells tarot decks and books and crystals and music, anything to do with esoterical arts. They also have like a restaurant with vegetarian food, that type of food. It's really interesting. I really like going there. And it cost me, this deck, 23 euros and 20 cents. So this is the first deck that I'm going to use. Second deck is Mini Rider Waite. Okay, so Scorpio, let's start. For 2016 in January, you have the Hermit card. The images are a bit different. They're not the traditional. Some are not the traditional way, the traditional images that we are accustomed to see in the tarot decks. And then the second card is the Four of Swords. So in January, I would say, Scorpio 2016, you're contemplating something. You're contemplating the path of your life, like more like in a spiritual manner, in a spiritual way. Should I continue on this path? Yeah, it's like almost like a spiritual pause, a spiritual break, a spiritual contemplation. What have I done so far? What have I accomplished with my life so far? And this is January 2016. So January is the beginning. It's Capricorn. So for you, it's the 3rd house. So it would be deep thinking about the path in your life, I would say. So you're contemplating everything, or you might be feeling alone. You might be feeling, you might be feeling a bit alone, or it could be like you are forced to take a break because maybe you're ill, maybe you're sick. This card also speaks of being in a hospital, so this might be like a pause, a break, which is mandatory because you're ill and you take this time to think about your life. And then in February 2016, you have the Ace of Pentacles, or the Ace of Coins, which is again different. It's like dragons. This deck is really cool. It has dragons and demons, demons and angels. It's really fun. It's like it's dark fantasy type of vibe. And then you have the High Priestess. So you've thought about your life in January, and I would say maybe something to do with the way you make money or your profession or your career. And maybe in February 2016, you're starting something new in terms of how you earn a living. And this something that you're starting, you're keeping it hidden, you're keeping it to yourself. You're not, maybe there's some sort of a new route, a new path. So you've always followed path A to earn a living, and now suddenly you gonna be on path B, and you don't wanna have to explain yourself to people, and you're keeping this new path hidden and just, keeping it to yourself. It could be that, or it could be that um, you start something to do with the occult. So you start making money. I don't know. It could be so many things, like doing astrological readings, tarot readings, anything to do with the occult. We can even open like a tiny little shop that sells these things, something to do with mysticism and the esoterical arts. Could be that. In March 2016, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Um, I would say that in March 2016, Scorpio, you're working very hard. Sorry, you're working day and night. You're very hard worker, and you like saving your money. You're saving your money, or you can be training some new ability to use in your work, or you might be doing both of the things at the same time. But you're working hard in March. In April 2016, you have the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. There's a few different ways you can read this. It's, let's say you're working very hard and you're feeling guilty because you don't have time for your family. You don't have time, let's say, for a young kid. You're feeling very guilty. Why? Because maybe you get a message from the school relating to your child. If you have a child, this child could be a boy or girl, could be from an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they say your kid is getting into trouble, is getting into fights, or is talking back to the teacher, and you're feeling really guilty about it. Oh my God, I'm spending all my time at work. I don't have enough time to be with my kid and to spend time with him or her. It could be that, or it could be you're feeling guilty because you might be sending a message and you feel like you need to send a very clear and honest message about what. I would say something related to your work area. This reading is kind of similar, if I'm not mistaken, to the reading that I did for December for Scorpio 2015, I'm sorry. It's kind of has the same vibe. um, so you've discovered something. You're working very hard in March, and you discovered something, and you really absolutely feel that you need to be upfront with this, but you're worried. You're feeling very stressed, even guilty, but you take action. You send a message about whatever you've discovered. Or it could be that there's conflict with someone in your work place, and this person again could be it could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. Could be someone who's younger than me. Could be someone could be someone who's kind of stupid, who thinks he or she's smart but really immature. And this person is has some sort of conflict with you, and is kind of upfront with that, and but in a very immature type of way, in a non not in a very smart way, because Scorpio isn't like that. Scorpio isn't like that at all. So might be some sort of conflict with someone in your work area that is giving you grief. This is April. In May 2016, you have the Knave of Wands, which is a female. You see see how she's dressed? Oh my God, look at that outfit. She's like ready for battle. And you have the Four of Cups. Let's say you discover something in your workplace. and the month before in April, and you send a message because you want to be clear about whatever you discovered. So maybe yeah, or you upfront about it. In May, maybe you be sending another message, but no one is taking this message. No one cares about what you say, or about whatever you've communicated. Maybe in April you've sent the message in a very professional way, in a just the facts type of way, and now you're sending it again, but in a very much more passionate way, you know, in you're a bit more incisive, but no one cares. I don't know if you discovered something. No one cares. Could be that. Um, and in June you have the Three of Pentacles. Look at that. It's a watch. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. So if there was some sort of trouble, it kind of died down in your work area, in your workplace, and you're working hard again in June. You're working hard. You're working with talent. You're planning everything very very well. You have a strategy, and at the end of the month, you'll get the reward. You'll get, you feel like this feel. You'll have a feeling of immense. How do you say? Financial security. You feel secure. So you work very hard, and people saw your value, saw that you are very talented, and at the end of the month you're going to get the reward. So looked I looked for what in June, according to the merits. In June 10, 2016, what happens to you, Scorpio? Well, there's a new moon in the 5th of June, in the eighth house. It will be at 14 degrees of Gemini, and this new moon, usually new moons have to do with new beginnings. This new moon will be conjunct Venus. Venus has to do with money. So a new beginning to do with money, other people's money, okay? And with one planet which is very which is a benefic, and it's connected with money also. So maybe in June you might be getting, I would say, maybe like a raise, a promotion that will, because people recognize your value, your talent, and give you more money. So they give you a promotion, and you'll be getting more money. Or maybe you are very good you sell a lot. But if your job has to do with selling, maybe you'll get bonus or something like that, or nothing to do, even if you don't have anything to do, even if your job doesn't have anything to do with selling. So if it has to do with selling, this job, this month might be a very fruitful month for you, or you might get a bonus because the higher ups recognize your talent. And this is the beginning, in the beginning of June. And as you may, let's say in the beginning of June, you get the people tell you, your bosses call you and tell you, we are going to give you a promotion, we are going to give you a raise, we are going to give you a bonus, whatever, something like that. And in the 20th of June, you have a full moon at 29 degrees Sagittarius, which happens, again, this is very general. If this is more towards people who have the rising sign in Scorpio, you're going to have a full moon, which means a culmination in your second house. So you might be getting the money around the 20th, like 5 days before, or more like 5 days after that, or around the 20th, or 5 days after the 20th, something like that. And it's the 29th degree. This might even come as a surprise. Why? Because this full moon is in very good aspect with Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of surprises. Maybe you get your paycheck, or I don't know, around the 25th of June, and you see that's more than it's supposed to be, so in terms of money, it's a very good month for you, Scorpio. So I don't know, play the lottery, something like that. Um, in July, you have the Moon card, which is really kind of funny, and in this deck, it's not it's completely different from other decks. So this little gnome is contemplating the moon. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a happy card, and you have the Seven of Wands. Whatever happened in June, Scorpio, people might be jealous of you, and they will be in conflict with you. Oh, he got more money, or she got more money. Why? So they might be talking behind your back, or even not exactly behind your back, but I would say it's open conflict with others, and I would say it would be related to the month of June. So in July, maybe there's some sort of deception, maybe some sort of lies, maybe some sort of people not treating you with respect, and they might be trying to bring you down, and you will feel the need to defend yourself from all these people attacking you with lies, with lies, with falsehood tales, and I would say it's related to envy of some kind because you're so good at your job. Again, this is a general reading, okay? And this is August. You have the world, the 21. It's a major arcana, and the Knight of Swords. Let's say there was actually some sort of conflict in April with a young guy, stupid guy, and because now and then you kept on working, you kept doing good things. Now in August, this guy is really more uh, full on battle mode, and he or she, I would say this is more like a he, attacking you. Could be a she also, not again from an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, really really attacking you. uh, why? Because you're so successful, you know so it's like some sort of conflict which will lead to a completion, which will lead to an end of a cycle. But it doesn't mean necessarily that this end of a cycle will be done in a negative way. If it ends because there's so much conflict in your work environment, I would say it will be completed in a positive way for you. Why? Because it's the world. So you kind of like, you Scorpio, kind of like, I don't need this crap. I don't need this. To hell with this. So you leave, or you made that decision to leave because you don't need this. You don't need this type of conflict. You just want to be, on your not on your own, but you don't like calm. I mean, you don't fully seek conflict, but when it happens, you know how to defend yourself, okay, and you know when to walk away because you're not stupid, okay, you're not done, Scorpio. In this is August and September, you have the Ace of Cups and the Death card. It could be read in different ways. Could be read and maybe something to do with love, which ends in September, or a transformation in your love life. Could be positive, could be negative, I don't really know. Or a new love which enters your life, which transforms your life, or it can be like you're walking away. I don't know if you can see the way I see those cards. Oops, no. The way I see them. First I see this one, and then I see this one. And if you look at the knight is walking away from this one. So he might be walking away from something he really loves to do, he or she. So you might, which is interesting, that the death card is connected with Pluto. Pluto rules Scorpio, so this card kind of might represent you as well. So you're walking away from something you love because you don't need all this conflict in your work life. You don't need it. You really don't need it. Just prefer. It's just better to walk away. No, because you choose your battles. You choose them wisely. It could be that. Could be a new love. Could be an old love which is ending or transforming in some way. This is September 2016, Scorpio, and then October 2016. There's the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Again, conflict. Conflict, but you stand your ground. You stand your ground. You are really sure about your principles. You are really sure about everything. So you are absolutely secure about what you feel and what you think and what about the actions what you took, and you're defending yourself from conflict. And in this is October, and in November you have the Ten of Cups and you have the Magician card. So November is really good. It's like whatever this conflict was in the months prior, it ended. It's finalized because you have the emotional fulfillment card. You're really satisfied. And I would say because probably a conflict it probably ended in your favor. And you've manifested this emotional fulfillment. You made it happen. You took action so that this happiness could come true. Could come true. So you made it happen. You wished it, or you took action, and this emotional fulfillment, this happiness in your life, happened because you took action. And in December, you have actually because it came out three cards for you, and because while I was shuffling, instead of the last card, the Rider Waite, instead of one, it came out two. So I decided I'll show them both. So it's three cards in total in December 2016. The first one is the Tower. The Tower, people always are very afraid of the Tower. And then the other two cards that came out were the Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands. I would say that you allow old structures to fall and to exit your life. You allow this new cycle to something old to end. You allow it. Okay, it's like, yeah, Scorpio is the sign of transformation, is the sign of rebirth. You're not afraid of things ending and new things coming into life. You're not afraid of that. You're used to that. That's normal in your life. That's absolutely normal. So you allow for an old structure that no longer serves you in your life to go away, to fall. I would say again something to do with work. It's like your this work, something to do with work environment. This job is maybe ended. I would say ended. It's out of your life forever. And what will this allow you to do? And are you planning? Of you're planning in December. You're really planning to start something new, to start a new endeavor, and you'll start it with enthusiasm and with passion. So whatever old structures exit your life will serve you to put you on a path, and on a very well planned path, on a very with because you use strategy, and you're not going to go empty-handed. No, you have a strategy, you have a plan, you have resources, you have all that you need to start something new, something that really fills you with passion and joy. Okay, so it ends well, Scorpio. It ends very well. I hope you have a terrific year of 2016. Again, this is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation with me, please send an email to dunyazad@gmail.com and I will be delighted to work with you. Thank you.